Hey everyone, welcome in. Midwest Brew Review. Matt and Billy here at Skeleton Key Brewery in Woodridge, Illinois. Billy, we're here for the Unfiltered event by Lance CPA. We've been invited to come cover this event. We're very excited. What is it?
This is a private client only. Lance CPA does accounting for all sorts of local breweries around our area, which is really neat that they specialize in such a thing. But today is all about, it's kind of an industry type of day where all these brewers are going to come together. They're going to share success stories and failures and challenges, and also we're going to crunch numbers. There's a lot of benchmarking, KPIs, IPAs,
IBUs,
ROIs?
I
don't know. There's all sorts of things going.
Synergy, collaboration.
But best of all, Matt, there's a free lunch.
Oh, we got a free lunch.
And it is Taco Tuesday, so we're going to get in there, we're going to talk to these guys and check the whole thing out.
Let's do it.
Skeleton Key John, thanks for opening up your doors and letting all these fine folks in, man. So can you tell us a little bit of what this means to you, what it's all about, this event?
So we've been working with Josh and his company since we opened, and really great people. They work heavily in this industry, pretty much I think exclusively in this industry at this point. So they've got a lot of knowledge that's very specific to our business model. Have really just been super helpful for us, and after the first year they started doing this event, which is essentially number one, a reason for all of us in the business locally to get together and kind of hang out, have some beers, have some lunch together. But also they do this benchmarking stuff, which is just super useful because it's anonymous data, my data put up against anonymously against everybody else's, and we can kind of see just where we stack up versus each other. It's one of the few industries where that kind of exists, where we're all here to sort of help each other out.
That's fantastic. Yeah. It's one of the greatest things we love about the beer industry. So yeah, I think this thing's about to kick off soon. So I think we're going to get in there and hopefully we'll learn a thing or two.
Awesome.
I know I will.
Awesome.
Thanks.
But the business that can spend the most to acquire a customer will win. So if you could mirror yourself, and you could spend $3 to get a customer, and they could spend 10, you're in trouble.
All right, I'm here with Don DeBrita. Don, you did a great presentation here today at this event, this Unfiltered event. First of all, how many hats do you wear as a professional? What do you do?
So one of the things I do is I run a digital agency focused on helping breweries, restaurants, tap rooms, things of that nature. And then I also teach at College of DuPage in the Business of Beer program, doing beer education, and then the promoting beer, digital side, social media, things of that nature. And then I also have a 60,000 member beer club. So I kind of do a bunch of different things, and I think it's like a lot of people in the beer industry. We do a lot of different hats and different things. So.
Absolutely. And then you mentioned also, I mean, we're in the social media arena as well, doing the Midwest Brew Review. And what would you say the importance on social media is, especially for some of these breweries who maybe just are starting out, and even some that have been around for 5-10 years?
I think the nice thing about breweries who are just starting, a lot of them don't have a lot of resources. They don't have a lot of money, but what they do have is time. Right. They have time to interact with the people who make comments. They have time to take a look at anybody who's drank their beer and engage with them. They have a lot of that time to do that kind of hand-to-hand combat, as we would call it, and really interact with their beer fans and their customers.
Thank you, first of all. Great information today.
You guys are doing a great job.
Thank you.
I love watching your stuff. Thank you.
So we have Matt with Whiskey Hill. We have Fraser from Elmhurst Brewing. We're in the middle of the event. We're between speakers. So far, what do you think? What are your takeaways?
Well, I'll be honest with you, it's awesome. What Josh and the team does over there is unbelievable. I have some other businesses, and every time I come to one of these, I'm blown away. I mean, they really know the industry super well, and I'm not just plugging. I'm not plugging you guys, but they put up with my a lot of my unorganization. They put me right back on path, which I think is so important in the business because there's a lot of moving parts, a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
You can have a lot of fun and forget about the important stuff.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Very insightful. Yeah.
Yeah, and small businesses are so unique. Obviously, it's really cool that they're able to bring all you guys together and kind of customize this to an extent and share numbers. And I'm blown away by all the camaraderie that's here.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, it's just like the industry as a whole. We're so tight. It's great. We don't feel competitive. I mean, you run into people here and you're high-fiving and having a great time talking. But as far as the numbers go, and Josh, I mean, just when you start to feel good about yourself after a good year, you come here and realize, crap, I got a lot more to do. Now that you see yourself and your numbers against others, you're really happy with certain benchmarking data, but it's good to see the numbers compared to your peers, the breweries you respect, and where you want to be. So it's a good time to be a brewer in the brewing industry, in brewing.
Right, it's a great group to be in too.
Great.
You guys are great. Thank you so much, guys. I'm with Jay with Milk Money. Milk Money has not even opened yet. You guys are just getting started. We're looking at maybe a spring 2020 opening. Awesome. So
For sure it will happen in 2020.
all right, guys. Hey, you got to stay positive, right? So as a lot of these businesses are established, you guys are just getting your feet on the ground. Like, what was your big takeaways as a rookie kind of business owner just getting started?
Well, first off, I do have a lot of partners, so it's not just me with Milk Money. I always make that clear. But definitely my takeaway was just learning where everyone else is in the industry, dollar-wise, barrel-wise. You can find that information, but it's cool when someone actually breaks it down, and then you can physically talk to someone and not just punch a number on the computer and get a screen to pop up.
What kind of beers you got? You guys doing specializing in a certain beer style?
No, we're going to pretty much, we're not just a brewery, we're going to have a full service kitchen, farm-to-table type food. We have a great brewer, Eric Pizer, was one of the founders of 350, then was at Rock Bottom for a number of years. Our chef, Matt, and his brother, Lucas, own Solstice in Western Springs, but they have a ton of training as far as food for Matt and mixed drinks and running a business for Lucas.
Awesome. Well, you couldn't have picked a better area. LaGrange area is amazing. The people are so great there.
Yes,
I have family out there, and I got to tell you, there's some cool bars and some cool spots.
Yes.
But as far as
getting
breweries
better.
go, you guys are. I feel like it's very ripe right now for the picking. So it's a great area to be in. So awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having us. I've never done an industry event quite like this before. The information is jam-packed, and there's tons of actionable items. Like, how did you come up with this idea to bring all your clients together this way?
Yeah, I thought of it as really a way to, knowing that the brewing industry is really collaborative, to say, all right, you guys talk to each other anyways. Let's all get together. Let's talk about the numbers. I think that's scary to talk about the numbers because you can put a front on we're this really successful brewery, but your numbers are garbage, right? But it tells them, shows them kind of where they stand with their peers, and the goal is not to be all right, you suck as a brewery, but how do we help you get to where you need to go? And you may not be doing well this year, but our goal is to make you better next year. So,
Billy, I feel like we've been in this exact spot before closing out a video.
This is not the first time.
I can't remember which one, but I feel like we've been right underneath Skeleton Key Brewery's sign here. What a great event. What do you think?
Yeah, I had a blast. I learned a ton. I couldn't believe, we've seen this so many times with the camaraderie and the fact that all these competitors are coming together to kind of get better together. I had a great time.
I had a blast as well, and is this the first event ever I'm not wearing a brewery hat? That's weird.
This is weird.
I don't like it. It looks like Conan O'Brien right now. So that about does it. And, remember, it's just beer.
But it's pretty damn good.
Don't let that other man